Good afternoon my friends and happy Tuesday. It's the 12th day of Vlogmas today and I hope you're doing well. Today we are trying out a really cool block that I've always wanted to try and I thought, well, why not? Let's give it a go today. It's a really sweet little improv Christmas tree block. I was very much inspired by a blog post by Amy Smart, Diary of a Quilter. She has a really good blog post about how to make these sort of improv-y type Christmas trees. They're all sort of got their own sort of different personalities. You can use it out of scrap fabrics or use like a color palette. You can do whatever you want, but each tree is sort of like individual because of the way that you cut it. It's all just very exciting. So I'm going to give that a go today. Pop some color back up on this wall because it's just so blank and boring. We'll give these little trees a go and see what happens. Depends on how many I make. I might just make like a little pillow out of it, or if we really get inspired by it, we'll do another quilt. We'll see what happens. But I just really wanted to give the little block a go and see where it leads. So I will pop a link in the description box below to the blog post that I'm using. And in that blog post, it will have all of the measurements, all of the cutting instructions. Everything is really well detailed in the blog post of how to make these little trees. But I will also walk through the process as I make them as well. I'll show you a quick little picture of her quilt. So this is the kind of vibe we're going for, just really cool improv kind of Christmas trees, really scrappy, just really like laid back and fun, which is very much my vibe. I just think they're so sweet, very cute. So the fabrics that I've picked out are colors that I absolutely love using at Christmas. Very non-traditional, but I think also really quite popular at Christmas as well. I have this fabric here and I absolutely love these sort of really bright sort of pastel colors, and I was digging through my stash this morning just to sort of pick out a few beautiful prints that I could use, and I found this really sweet backwater bundle that had this really gorgeous Santa Claus pink print with it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. So we're sort of going off this theme. So I've got that, I've got some pink candy canes. I'm also using a couple of these old sample fabrics. I think this is old cotton and steel kind of prints. I thought I'd also use the fabrics that are in this scribbly gum bag. I don't know whether you've noticed this bag hanging on my mannequin here in my room, and if you've ever wondered what's in it, I'm going to show you right now. A couple of years ago I bought this fat quarter bundle with these beautiful darling pastel colors. So I've had these in my sewing room and I've just had no idea what to really do with them. It's just sort of like one of those things you've just hoarded away and being like, oh, maybe I'll find a use for them one day. So I thought for today I might actually take a couple of them out. There's some really nice light greens and some pinks in there that I could sort of mix and match with a couple of the other fabrics that I've got to use, and yeah, just start using some of these beautiful bundles that I've stashed away in all of the different little corners of my room. So this is the kind of colors together. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to be using this yet, so maybe I might take that one out. Yeah, you've got those sort of nice lovely pastels with that print, and yeah, there are other prints on my table that I think will work really well with this beautiful fat quarter bundle that I got from Scribbly Gum ages ago. So what I might do is I'll give a couple of these prints a press, then we'll get cutting and stitching some lovely little trees together. So I've cut all the pieces I want. I've done the Santa Claus paired with this really sweet sort of light green, and then this one here I paired it with a really nice pastel pink. So the way that you make these blocks is you actually make them in pairs. So they'll sort of like be opposite colors. So because you are cutting them in sort of like pairs, you cut one 8.5 inch square from each print or each fabric that you're using. Then you cut one 8.5 by 2 inch strip from each fabric as well, and then cut them in half. You start with that and then you will cut that in half. And then you need two 1.5 by 2 inch sort of rectangles, brown or a darker color, because this will be the tree stump. So we'll put these sections to the side and put these two together, and what we're going to do is going to do a really random cut that way and then a really random cut that way. So then we'll have a Christmas tree and then our two background pieces to then piece to the tree section. So once I've cut this bit, I'll show you again so you can see what I mean. Okay, I did it. I cut my pieces. And one of the tips that Amy wrote on her blog is not to do this point all the way up here to actually leave a little bit here so that you can cut your seam allowances and make sure that you don't lose your point. So when you're cutting down this line, just to keep a little space up here for that. Yeah, it looks cool. So we're going to swap these fabrics out. So we have that one there, and then this piece is going to go there, and that piece is going to go there. And then we've got our plain tree, and that one's going to have the Santa Claus background. Like so. Oh, really cool. Next step is to sew down this edge first, press it, and then sew this side onto that side and press it, and then we'll have the first half completed. Too easy. And then once that section's all pieced together, we'll piece together the trunk and then 2 pieces of the background fabric like so, and then we sew that section onto that section and then square it up. That's gonna look so cool. Let's quickly do this one as well, just so we can see what they're gonna look like. Oh my gosh, too cute and so insanely easy. But I haven't sewn it together yet, so what am I saying? Let's sew it up first and then I'll see how easy it is. Charlie's come and joined me in the sewing room with his monkey. You love your monkey, don't you? Good boy. Gorgeous boy. Okay, my friends, my little trees have been made and I love them. How adorable are they? Oh my goodness, I wish I had more of this Santa fabric, but I only had a little fat quarter, but it is so sweet. My favorite Santa is this one where he's just having a good old laugh. Look how happy he is. I love it. But when I said that you sort of cut 2 blocks at a time, this is kind of what happens. You literally do cut 2 at a time, so they become sort of like opposites. And you can see on the wall I've actually done the other pair that I showed you, and then I've actually done another one, and I'm currently doing another one with this light print, and I'm matching it with a different pink. You hear the dog with his monkey in the background. I'm so happy with that. I'm so chuffed that I've learnt a new skill today. They're just so easy to make. You do need to do a little bit of trimming up here and down the bottom as you go, but it explains it all in the blog post. So I definitely encourage you to go check it out, because it sort of just explains a little bit more and also goes through the process a little bit better than what I have. So I'm going to make myself busy and make some more little trees. I love just how each one has their own sort of personality depending on how you sort of cut them. I think I'm going to just keep going until I have a whole wall of trees and then piece them together and put them in a quilt. It's a big thing to say. Who knows if I'll actually get that finished, because we have a very busy 2 weeks leading up to Christmas. But, you know, I might just do it in my spare time. Happy days indeed. Here's a bit more of a close-up of the ones that I put on the wall. I've already seen these, but I just wanted to show you how those ones turned out. I really like them. I really like this background. Again, I'm so sad that I don't have enough of that fabric. I just had that one little sample piece, and I really like this one up the top. I think this one's a little bit too busy. I might actually scrap that one, but this one, I do really like that. I love the clashing lines, and these are the 2 that are on the table ready to go. I'm also beginning to introduce a new lighter color for the tree stump. Possibly won't do that on all of them, but just like a couple here and there, just for added interest. And let's thank Charlie for the soundtrack in the background. Thank you. Thank you for being noisy, I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me know that you're there. Right, okay, sure. Okay, my friends, we have made it to the end of the day and it's time to open up the advent calendar. I've been actually looking forward to this all day, just because I'm really getting into this calendar. I'm really excited about seeing what the next 2 years. We are opening door number 12, so let's find it. I thought I would open it this way today, just so we're not so awkward, because it's getting a little bit awkward to open the calendar, so we'll open it lying down, I think. But we have number 12 here, and it says plant a tree. I quite like how the illustrations are going out and above the lines of the door. I really like that. Let's have a look. What do you say? Number 12 is, isn't it nice to think that tomorrow will bring more tea? Oh, that is a nice thought actually. This one is a flavored green tea. It is a Jade Mountain. Let's read it together. Explore Jade Mountain and discover a utopia of cocoa, brittle pieces, and green tea. A hint of chocolate and sweet hazelnut praline is totally worth it. Oh my gosh, I think I'm going to love this. So there are all of the ingredients that are in it. It looks really nice. Alright, well day 12 I think has definitely hit a nerve and has piqued my interest, so I will definitely give that a go very soon and I'll let you know what I think of it. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today. I had a really good day sewing up those improv little Christmas trees. As I said earlier, I'm really happy that I learnt a new skill today. When you've been sewing and quilting as long as I have, sometimes you feel like you kind of know most stuff, or you've given most things a try. Even though I haven't, there's lots of things I haven't tried in the quilting world that I would love to try, but this sort of improv kind of make as you go kind of style, I've never really done that and I really enjoyed it. And those trees are so adorable and there's a huge sort of room for creativity and really making it a really beautiful quilt. I'm excited to get more of them done. I think it's going to look really great, and I get to fill up my design wall again with some colour. I don't like a bare wall, it's just so boring. I mean, as you can see, I have a quilt up on my wall. But again, thank you all so much for joining me today, and I will see you all again tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 13. Bye bye!